What's going on, guys? This is a 2013 Kia Rio having an issue where the horn doesn't work. So first and foremost, when you're troubleshooting this, you got to check the fuse under the hood. The horn fuse, it's a 10 amp fuse located right there. You can pop it out with the supplied fuse puller. You can tell if it's good or not. And if it's not good, you can just throw in one of these real quick. One of these spare fuses to see if that's the problem, see if that fixes it. You can also check to see if the horn is plugged in. The horn itself is down here, and that is actually not the connector for the horn. I think that's an air temperature sensor. The connector for the horn is on the back side. I checked those two things out right away. I also checked to see if there was a ground present at the horn, and there was. So I knew that the horn was good. Well, I knew that the ground to it was good. And I didn't measure any voltage coming to it when I had an assistant pushing on the hood switch inside the vehicle. So being that it wasn't receiving any voltage, I printed out a wiring diagram. And you can see here, the fuse is good that we just checked. The relay is actually, I think it's built into the fuse box. I couldn't really see it. What I decided to do instead is to check out the integrity of this circuit here. So coming out of the clock spring, there's a blue wire, and that triggers the relay. So I took this plastic stuff out. There's one Phillips screw that comes in from the bottom, and then there's two other Phillips screws that are on the front of this. You have to rotate the wheel in order to get to those screws. I unplugged the clock spring, not the airbag connector, which is yellow, but I unplugged the other connector, and I stuck a pick in the blue wire. The connector's so small I couldn't get my voltmeter leads in there. And as you can see, I've got one end of my voltmeter just wedged in there to ground on the steering column. And I just throw up on here, I'm just checking voltage. I don't even have it set up, you know, for powering the circuit, but just the act of checking the voltage is enough to get the horn to work. So being that I'm able to trigger it manually here, I know that there's an issue with the clock spring. In order to get to that, there's two torques you get to from here. There's one here and there's one on the other side. I used a T30. Once you've got those loose, you can kind of pull this out and you'll go from there.